Welcome to my story time by mybooksummary.com. Get ready for quick wisdom of countless stories and explore. Rosie Revere, engineer by Andrea Beaty. Once upon a time, in a bustling little town where the hum of creativity buzzed louder than a bee in a bonnet, there lived a young girl named Rosie Revere. Rosie wasn't your average, run-of-the-mill kid. Oh no, she was a dreamer, a tinkerer, and most importantly, an engineer. But not the kind of engineer who builds bridges or designs skyscrapers, though she could have if she wanted to. Rosie was the kind of engineer who turned soup cans, old fans, and cheese puffs into fantastical contraptions that whirred, buzzed, and occasionally exploded. Now, Rosie had a secret. She wasn't always the confident, inventive genius we're about to meet. In fact, she used to be shy about her creations. You see, once upon a time, she'd built a hat for her favorite uncle, Zookeeper Fred, to keep snakes off his head. Sounds practical, right? Well, the hat worked, sort of. It also attracted every raccoon in the neighborhood, and Uncle Fred spent the next week untangling himself from a raccoon-induced chaos. After that, Rosie decided her inventions were better off hidden under the bed, where they couldn't cause any more trouble. But Rosie's story doesn't end there. Oh no, dear reader, it's just the beginning. Because one day, her great-great-aunt Rose, yes, that Rose, the one who built airplanes during World War II and had a gleam in her eye that could outshine the sun, came to visit. Aunt Rose was a legend, a trailblazer, and a reminder that dreams don't come true unless you're willing to fail a few times along the way. The dream and the doubt. Aunt Rose had a dream. She'd always wanted to fly, to soar through the skies like the birds she'd watched as a child. But life had other plans, and though she'd built planes for others, she'd never had the chance to fly herself. When she shared this dream with Rosie, something inside the young engineer clicked. Here was her chance to make a difference, to build something that mattered. Rosie got to work immediately. She gathered her tools, her scraps, and her boundless imagination. She built a helio-cheesecopter. Yes, you read that right, a helicopter powered by cheese. It was a masterpiece of ingenuity, complete with propellers made from old fans and a cockpit fashioned out of a soup can. But when the time came to test it, things didn't go exactly as planned. The helio-cheesecopter sputtered, coughed, and then, well, let's just say it didn't so much fly as flop. Rosie was devastated. She'd failed. Again. But Aunt Rose, with her infinite wisdom and a twinkle in her eye, did something unexpected. She laughed. Not a mean laugh, mind you, but a joyful, belly-deep laugh that filled the room. "You did it, Rosie," she exclaimed. "You tried, and that's what matters. Every failure is a step closer to success." The power of persistence. Buoyed by Aunt Rose's words, Rosie decided to keep going. She tinkered, she tweaked, and she tried again. This time, she built a snake-repelling hat that didn't attract raccoons. Well, not as many anyway. She created a hot dog dispenser that shot ketchup and mustard with pinpoint accuracy. And yes, she even built a better helio-cheesecopter, one that didn't flop. But more importantly, Rosie learned something about herself. She learned that failure isn't the end of the road. It's just a bump along the way. She learned that every great invention starts with a crazy idea and a willingness to try. And she learned that sometimes the people who believe in you can make all the difference. Final thoughts, soaring to new heights. By the end of her journey, Rosie Revere wasn't just an engineer. She was a symbol of perseverance, creativity, and the power of dreaming big. She reminded us all that it's okay to fail, as long as we keep trying. And she showed us that the world is full of possibilities, just waiting for someone brave enough to reach for them. So, the next time you see a pile of scraps or a problem that seems impossible, remember Rosie Revere. Remember that every great idea starts with a single step, or in Rosie's case, a single helio-cheesecopter. And who knows? Maybe you'll be the next great engineer, the next dreamer, the next Rosie. After all, as Aunt Rose would say, the only true failure is quitting. Now go build something amazing, and maybe keep an eye out for raccoons. Just in case. Stay tuned for more enlightening content. Head over to www.mybooksummary.com. Don't forget to subscribe and share the magic with friends, and let's grow together through the power of books and interesting stories.